Hi, my name is John Kelsey. I'm National Trainer for Hard Hat Industry Solutions. This is a session from our Red Rhino Academy, our complete training course in electrical estimating using Red Rhino software. Welcome to our session, Setting Up Red Rhino. In this session, we cover how to set up Red Rhino estimating software for optimum use. In this session, I'll be covering 5 things: how to use Red Rhino's online help, how to load your company logo, setting up new customers through the customer catalog, starting a new estimate, and starting a new section in an estimate. For this training segment, I'll be using Red Rhino electrical estimating software. I'll assume you know how to log on to Red Rhino from our email instructions. When you log on, the software takes you to the home page. This will be our starting point for this session. First, let's take a look at Red Rhino's online help. It's a useful tool that can guide you when using the software, providing you with easy answers to common questions. At different points in this training session, I'll be referring to the Red Rhino online help feature. In order to access the help feature, notice the 4 circles in the blue header at the top of the home page. This is the header section, or rather this header section remains the same regardless of the web page you're viewing when using Red Rhino. You can access help by clicking on the help icon, the circle with a question mark in it. The help information is displayed in a separate window, so you can keep help open while you're working on Red Rhino. Under the table of contents, you see a list of topics from which you can select. The online help feature is intuitive. The help information displayed is always related to the page from which you selected the help icon or button. Since I'm on the home page, it displays a table of contents associated to options on the home page. If you are working on an estimate and click the help button, the table of contents will show topics related to developing an estimate. To return to the previous topic, just click the table of contents at the top of the help page. I recommend you frequently refer to Red Rhino online help information when you have questions on how to do something. Next, I will explain how to upload your company logo. Once you have uploaded your logo will appear on all printed proposals, invoices, purchase orders, and RFQs, which are requests for quotes. This will add to the professional appearance of all printed documents you hand to your customers and vendors, creating a better impression of you and your company. I'll show you how to upload the logo now. I've placed my sample logo on a folder on my desktop. On the home page, locate the top left box called Company Administration. To upload your logo, click on Company Profile. Next, at the far right, click on the Upload Logo button. The top left of the page describes what file types are acceptable to Red Rhino does not scale the logo or resize it, so make sure your original logo file that you use is already the size you want. Click on the Browse button, navigate to the logo file and select it. Click on Begin Upload. To confirm that you were successful uploading your logo, click on the Upload Logo button at the far right. If the download was successful, you will see your logo here. Once the logo is uploaded, it will appear on your proposals, invoices, and RFQs. If you upload your logo and find that it's too large or too small, have someone create a logo the size you need, then use the Delete button at the bottom right and start over to select a new logo file. Use the Red Rhino online help feature if you need additional help. I'll now demonstrate how to update your your customer catalog. Your customer catalog, where Red Rhino stores customer information. In order to create estimates and proposals and associate them to specific customers, you must first enter the customer contact information into the customer catalog. This step also places all your customer information on proposals you'll later deliver to your customer. To do so, from the home page, The box on the top right is Catalogs. Click on Customer Catalog. Next, click the New button at the top. Fill in the information under Customer Information. The fields with an asterisk are required. I will not fill this out because it's self-explanatory. It's optional to fill in the change order defaults and time and material defaults and accounting defaults. Again, for help with this or anything, just click on the Help button, which is a circle with a question mark at the top of the page. Now we'll take a look at how to create a new estimate. From the home page, look for the Estimate box, which is the third box down on the left side. Click on New Estimate. When you do, Rhino takes you to a new estimate page. This page has several blank text boxes to complete on the left and drop-down lists from which to select options on the right. The text boxes include estimate name, description, bid date, and time, and square footage. The drop-down lists on the right side include material price, selected vendor, labor unit, and Conduit Fittings default. We will fill in the blanks and create a new estimate. As far as naming the estimate goes, you can name it any way you choose. Some prefer to name the estimate the same as the job address, or if the project has a name, they name it after the name of the project. Whatever name you select, you should allow yourself to easily identify it on the estimate list page. I recommend the name be unique and not be identical to other estimates. In this example, I'll say the project address is 555 Main Street, so I type that in, and then I type in a description. Third floor office. Next, in the bid date box, look to the left of the box beside the words bid date, and it shows you what format you must type in the bid date into the box. It shows the month as 3 letters, then day 2 digits, and year as 2 numbers. To input the month of January, you would type JAN. For February, you would type FEB, and so on. This is how the date must be entered or it will not save. Today's date, accordingly, we'll type in AUG space 08, 10. Same with bid time. It must be formatted like it's shown on the left. Now, bid date and time are not required fields. You don't have to fill them in if you don't want. Next, we input the square footage of the project at the bottom. I'm just going to use this as an example, typing in 2,500. Next, the material price discount, next is material price drop-down list. For the moment, select Best Discount. In Red Rhino's Advanced Upper Class, I teach how to use this feature to its best advantage, but we'll not be covering it at this time. When you select the Best Discount, you cannot select or change the selected vendor drop-down. Next is Labor Units. If you're bidding a competitive job, then you would select Competitive. If we were pricing change orders, you would select the Change Order option. If you're not familiar with a change order is a customer request to add or change something that was not part of an original estimate after your work is started. When the change order labor option is selected in an estimate, Red Rhino will increase the labor on average about 50% or more than competitive. This will be covered more in advanced training sessions. Now back to creating an estimate. Last, we need to set up conduit fittings. This setting determines which conduit fittings are used for EMT type conduit when using the Conduit Wizard. For more information on the Conduit Wizard, view the training sessions on Conduit Takeoff. So you simply select the type of EMT fittings you want to use in the estimate. Many types of EMT fittings are available to select from on the drop-down list. There's SS, which means set screw. WP means weatherproof, which are compression fittings. SSIT means set screw insulated throat. WPIT means weatherproof or compression fittings, insulated throat. For this example, we'll just use SS diecast, which is set screw diecast. Finally, we click the Save button. And after you click the Save button, the system takes us to the estimate page. Notice the information entered on the last screen shows up here. We have now seen how to create a new estimate, but we should also look at how to create a new section. A section within an estimate allows you to separate your estimate into logical groupings. For instance, if your project involves installing several floors, your section may correspond to the floor numbers. Or your project may have high voltage and low voltage work, and your customer may request separate sections by voltage. In any case, your estimate can and often should be broken down by sections. So each section separates materials, labor, and costs within an estimate. When you create sections, Red Rhino displays price breakouts for each section in the recap. More on the recap in another training session. Now we'll create a new section so I can show you how to accomplish this, and we're going to name it. We're going to click into the box that says section name, backspace over what's there, and type in AC unit. Now you can type in a description also if you want, but it's not necessary or mandatory. Next, just click the Save button, and you've created a new section. On the left-hand side there, you can see the name of the section there and the description to the right. Now, to start estimating, you would just click Edit Takeoff and start entering material here. With this, we conclude our training session on setting up Red Rhino. In this session, we've seen how to use online help, add your logo to the printed material, adding customers to the customer catalog, beginning a new estimate, and adding a new section to it. This is John Kelsey saying goodbye for now. Thank you for joining me in this session of Red Rhino Academy.